Video.ai. This tool helped me create over 100 short form clips for TikTok, IG Reels, and YouTube Shorts. Just 2 minutes. And I'm not alone. You've probably seen your favorite YouTubers and content creators like Sean Cannell, Sierra Dici, Rhymes with Peachy, talk about their favorite video AI editing tools. And Video.ai has been the talk of the town. This is the app that all my friends are talking about and raving about. And you've probably seen the countless number of AI tool ads, the overwhelming features, and the endless number of lookalike apps. On the website, this app claims you can make shorts from long ones instantly and save 90% of time and effort. The cold truth is, what used to take us hours of meticulous, painful editing is now just a click away. And it's kind of crazy to think that within 2 minutes and a click of a button, we suddenly get dozens of flawlessly edited shorts for TikTok, IG, and YouTube Shorts at our fingertips. But the real question, is Video.ai just overhyped? Or is it true that AI will take our jobs and that'll be the downfall of humanity and that we'll have to hide from our robot overlords? Wait, is that Terminator 2 or was it the ex-Google officer on Diaries of a CEO? So I'm here now to cut through all the noise and bring it all together. This is the only video that you'll need to watch about Video.ai and more importantly, just to see if it's worth it for you. Today, we're going to specifically break down the problems with traditional editing, what is Video.ai, how Video.ai works, the pros of Video.ai, the cons of Video.ai, what others are saying about it, is it actually worth paying for it, and who should consider it. To sweeten the deal, if you end up deciding on Video.ai, I have an affiliate link where you can try out their software for free. I'm also in the middle of arranging a special deal from them as we speak for those that use my link. Just for full disclosure and transparency, they did not sponsor this video. I actually paid for Video.ai out of pocket because it was so great. So if you do decide to sign up with my link, I do get a small kickback. And if you purchase through this link, I'm very, very appreciative. Thank you. It goes to supporting my channel. But seriously, the last thing I would want for you to do is waste your money, especially if you're not going to benefit or more importantly, use this. And since this is the ultimate review, so there's timestamps below. Let's get into it. The problem. So there is a major problem with traditional editing that Video.ai actually really helps out with. The truth is, video editing isn't easy. And there's 3 main problems that we kind of run into. Number 1, editing is a time sucker. So if you chat with any YouTuber at all, beginning or experienced, they'll all say the same thing. Editing a video takes forever. And I get it. Doing A cuts, editing B-roll, it's the unsexy part of being a YouTuber that no one talks about. But how long does it actually take to edit a video? And the unsexy answer, it really depends. For example, this short form review that I did took me over 80 hours to edit, and it's a 14-minute video. My old school pharmacy videos, if you caught me back in the day, it took me about 1 to 2 hours of editing on my lunch break in the pharmacy. But for most normal people, it's a safe bet to spend an hour per minute for a video edit. And this is the number 1 reason why I avoided making short form videos for the most part. The CPM, or the money that you make per 1,000 views, feels like nothing. For example, one of my long form videos makes about $150 per 1,000 views, whereas the short, I only make 9 cents per 1,000 views, which is like nothing. And if you're someone like me, you're probably investing most of your energy into long form content, and short form content is just an afterthought. So what do most people say about solving this problem? They say your favorite YouTube guru tells you to hire. If only it was that easy. And that leads me to problem 2. It's even harder finding the right editor. Okay, not gonna lie, finding the right editor is kind of like online dating. You go from date to date to date just to find a long-term relationship. When it comes to hiring, you need to find someone who vibes with your style, your pacing, your branding. And if you're a newbie like I was, it's even tougher when you're still trying to figure out your brand voice or just don't have the guidelines in place. So if you're a beginning YouTuber like I was, you probably hit up Fiverr or Upwork or ask your friends. You're interviewing a lot of people. You're putting people on trial projects. You're dating. And even when you do find the one, finding a professional creative is like striking gold. You know, the type that can actually stick to a deadline, even when the stars align and your pattern app says you're compatible. And you run into the third problem. Video editing can burn a hole in your pocket, especially if you're a new YouTuber. Let's say you actually do find someone. What happens? You suddenly realize that paying an editor with all these projects can add up over time. You might be asking yourself, well, how much does it cost to edit a video? And it depends on a few different things. The total raw footage duration, the total duration of a final edit, whether there's any animations or motion graphic work, color grading, image stabilization, and the complexity of the work. And here's a benchmark I found. For a beginner editor with simple cuts, usually it's $20 to $50 per per video. An intermediate video editor will cost anywhere from $50 to $75 per video. And for a more advanced editor, like those Johnny Harris videos that you see, it could cost anywhere from $75 to $150 to $200 to even $300 per video. But we're not here to talk about long form. We're here to talk about short form. So how much do people charge for a short form video? I've seen rates anywhere from $5 to $25 for one short form video. And when you aren't making anything on your channel, especially as a beginner, it can be quite expensive because you're not making a ton of cash through ads or brand deals, or you're not getting AdSense quite yet. And that's just the financial cost. It doesn't include the cost of scripting or planning or any of the other costs that you don't see behind the scenes. So the return on investment doesn't really add up, at least initially. But what if we could repurpose our hard-earned investment and get more bang out of our buck? And this is where Video.AI swoops in. So what is Video.AI? In short, Video.AI is an AI content repurposer. It takes your long-form content and turns them into short-form videos with just click a button. Basically, it removes 90% of the time, effort, and frustration. Will probably save your hair, honestly, just creating a short. And according to the video, all you need to do is import your video with a file or a YouTube link and set your preferences for templates and formats. Then Video will just do its thing. You'll get an email, but you can change the colors, fonts, and edits too. The cool thing too is that you can actually set branding guidelines as well, so it's reflected to all your shorts as well. The best part is that Video actually has a freemium model. So basically they give you 75 minutes of free usage every single month. You don't have to pay anything. Keep in mind, there are conditions like there's a 720p export limit and some like template limits and all that, but overall it's a pretty sweet deal. So let's dive into the basic features and then go over what truly sets Video apart from the competition. So some of the features that they mention are social media templates. These are high performing, visually appealing design templates that they let you select from. They have popular formats from the Alex Hormozy style, Grant Cardone style, where you can just select it with the click of a button. For me, honestly, I'm not big on ripping from other people and copying others. So if you're like me and you have a specific brand or aesthetic or vibe that you want to use, you can save it as your custom templates or set the brand guidelines too, which is a new feature that I just found. The next feature is auto video captioning. So Video automatically adds captions to your videos. To be honest, it's not unique to just Video. There's a lot of other apps that do this, but they offer built-in styles like the Hormozy or Grant Cardone formats if you like. Plus, Video claims options can boost performance by 40%. I don't know how accurate that number is, but what is accurate is that captions are pretty accurate for the most part, not perfect, especially when it comes to names and all that too, which is understandable. Next thing is video resizing. If you are a video editor like I was and you're just like using things like Final Cut Pro to do a 16:9, which is a landscape, or a vertical, which is 9:16 or 1:1 square, we all know it's a pain in the ass to do it in those editors. But Video makes it really, really easy. With one click of a button, you can actually switch between the landscape, the portrait, or the square option so that the format of your video is native to the platform. Next thing we have is audio video chapters. So if you're like me and you do a podcast and you're just like, oh shoot, I forgot to do video audio chapters. Basically, Video can actually help you out with that. What you do is upload your video and it will generate the timestamps for you. And I find it a true godsend, so I don't have to go through that. But I do wish that they made it easier to copy and paste it into YouTube's description box, but I'll talk about that later. 1080p downloads. It's not like 4K or anything, but it's better quality for your video. And even though I don't think people care about the difference for shorts for 720 and 8K with shorts, they do mention it as a bonus. So yeah. Okay, so you're like, these are cool, but what are some features that really set up Video from the other competition? For me, I've been playing with a lot of the apps. And since I'm an app sumo addict, I bought lifetime deals for things like Nova.ai, Descript, and Pictory.ai. All these apps are pretty similar, and I'll leave affiliate links for everything below if you want to check those out. In my opinion, this is what makes Video stand out from everything else out there. Number one, cut magic. In my opinion, this is the game changer. Video can actually detect scene changes and cuts, and these are perfect for multi-angle shots, for angle changes, or anything like that. It's a massive help for editing long-form content, particularly those beautiful B-roll shots that often get cut off in portrait mode. Another thing is video clipping. Video can actually magically isolate the most viral sound bites in your video. This benefit is so valuable because you don't have to worry about like, what timestamps should I clip? Is this a viral moment? It does this all with AI, which is a godsend. To be honest, I expect that we'll see other apps try and replicate these features soon, but it's pretty clear that Video is a company that I see is innovating new things, especially with that cut magic technology, and even the video clipping feature is really great now. So now that we know what Video is, how does it work? And is it actually easy as they say it is? So let's kind of dive in, let's go into the app and find out for ourselves. So right now I actually have a pro account. So the major features that I have over the free account are things like cut magic, brand template builder, and I can export in 1080p. I've actually already uploaded a few things. What I did was I actually took the YouTube link and copy and pasted it. I basically didn't want to just wait during the video. So that's how we'll edit a video. What's really cool too is that you'll actually get 20 clips, which you can access right over here. And so they provide an email too. By the way, they did have an outage like 2 weeks back where I couldn't access anything and all that, but they fixed it immediately. So that's one good thing about the whole thing. So one of the things that is really helpful is that they have like chapters of where they think like the most viral moments are as well, right? And so they have all these things. These should be all vertical videos. I don't really like the outline of these. These look kind of ugly. So let's see if we can actually do a template or something like that. So let's go to templates. They have set templates here. I kind of like this one a little bit more. And let's just kind of watch the videos. These are all auto-generated, by the way. So I kind of like this one, this like template, but let's kind of go in and dive in a bit more. Don't really love the text for this, but there's more templates over here. Something that I already have is like a preset template. So if you have a preset look, you can always refer to this. So let's say I'm not exactly happy with this video either. What I can do is adjust the fonts, the captions, the export. So we have subtitles here. I tend to like these highlighted words a lot. You can edit the captions if you need to. And then something cool is like you have different effects too. So I like to keep it like that. I like Bebas New because those are my brand colors. And then if you need to make any edits, you can actually move the slider around here and stuff like that too. Unfortunately, you can't cut individually in between. This is a new feature, by the way. This is brand new. We can see what gets cut off and what doesn't get cut off and all that too on each one. So that's super interesting. For me, I'm always a YouTube like nerd, so I want to watch that. And so when I'm ready to export, what I'll do is I can save to 1080p. And what will happen is, this is what I was talking about. It does take a while for the video to export. And you'll notice down in the corner over in the bottom left in my Chrome tab, it will pop up when it's ready to download and stuff. But notice how long it takes. It does take a long time. Let's go into a different video. So for example, one of the videos that I did was this one. Just to give you context while this is loading, this video actually has a lot of different scene cuts because it's a 16:9. It's a YouTube format. And what I was going to do, and now it's downloading right here in 1080p. And this is what I mean. Video is a little slow with everything. It's not like the quickest tool. I think like a lot of it is like their servers are so overwhelmed right now because so many people are using it. So notice that it's like cut off right now. It's not the full image. So let's kind of go in here. We can customize all these different things. I'll show you what my final edit looked like, by the way. And that was a problem. It wouldn't save like the edit to like the final edit. I had to save it as a draft and all that, but I'll show you how to get past it too. So let me go into Cut Magic. Let's enable Cut Magic. I will have to say, like with video, I never really had to deal with these speeds before. I'm not sure if it's just a slow time or what's going on, but let's take a look at it. So we're watching this video and notice that there's like a scene cut, like here. Right? What's really cool, everything that's in between this purple and green funnel over here, what we can do is like do something like this. We can do something like this so that's actually in the shot. And I wish there was like a something that we could do to just like automatically reformat it. What's really, really cool is that they have this split screen function too. It doesn't really work for this one. So let me just go back. You can split the screen. So if you have two speakers, you can just split the screen already. And that's really, really interesting there too. Something that really, really sucks is like you have to save your drafts like this. And so when you exit, it doesn't save any of the changes that you made, which is really, really annoying. Not my favorite, but there's a way around it. What you want to do is go to downloads and it'll have all your drafts, which you can continue editing and you can download the clips too. So let's take a look at this one. What we can do is edit the video even after it's done. But notice there's no way that we can edit this title, which kind of sucks too. But this is for the pro account, so you can continue editing after you export it too. So there's that. One of the other new features that I really like about Video is this one where they have a brand kit now. And so you can create your own brand kit. You can insert your logo, your outros, color palettes, fonts, video background, images, videos, and all that sort of stuff too. So I haven't played around too much with it, but like if you do like those like bumpers, which no one does on YouTube anymore, but back in the day we used to do bumpers. But if you have any of those things or you have common things that you can use, you can always incorporate those too. After using Video for about a month or two now, what are the biggest pros? And what are the things that actually matter? Let's dive into it. Pros of Video. So one of the pros that I realized is that it's more affordable than an agency or freelance editor. So before Video, I toyed with the idea of hiring a short form editor, but the cost just didn't make sense because I only earn about like 9 cents per 1,000 views on a short through AdSense. So Video lets me dive into shorts without breaking the bank, and I get to skip the pain in the ass hassles of working with editors. Thanks to Video, I can actually say goodbye to the video agencies and freelancers. Okay, I lied. I still have my editor who's editing this video. But seriously, the data that we gather on short form content with Video will also be invaluable when I do eventually hire a high-end short form editor. In my opinion, there's no substitute for high quality work. That includes shorts. The next thing I noticed is that Video is a massive time saver. So Video automates a lot of the grunt work. And before, when I want to do a short, I would want to painstakingly analyze my retention graphs to see what parts of the video I want to chop up. But then I'd never actually get to making the shorts because it was just too much work. Video offers a lot of automatic features like automatic subtitles, clip selection, and cut magic for easy resizing and editing scene changes. The best part is that I've created a template so I can just click and it'll already adapt for my brand, which is literally a game changer in itself. Another pro that I realized with Video is that it maximizes the value of a video. So prior to Video, I wasn't doing any short form content. So that means no IG Reels, no Shorts, no TikTok. I hate that platform. But literally this month alone, Video helped me get 30K impressions when I was previously getting 0, none at all. So that's 30K more people discovering my video that would never discover my videos at all. And what people don't know is that a lot of my high quality videos take about 80 to 100 hours to script, shoot, talk, and edit. And so that's a lot of resources that's already been invested, and Video helps me maximize the value of the video. With Video, I'm not just getting data on the most viral shorts and audience preferences. I'm driving more traffic to my long form content, understanding my audience better, and really expanding onto other platforms that I wasn't on before. I was not on TikTok, IG Reels, and YouTube Shorts. Well, TikTok I don't really want to be on, but anyways, I'm a boomer. The other benefit I realized with Readwise is that it's a podcaster's dream. Whether you're a guest or a host, this is where Video really shines. It's gold for podcasters because of the multi-angle templates. And now I can slice up the podcast episodes and the ones I've been a guest on to just create viral sound bites. So what I find myself doing is being more excited and saying yes to more podcasts and video calls because I know I can repurpose them. And here's another cool thing about Video. I didn't actually just buy it right away. Video is actually free to try. So in the land of countless software options, nothing beats a freemium offering. The usual free 14-day trials don't do it for me, but Video offers a pretty sweet deal with 75 minutes of free usage every month. Most people honestly can probably get away with a free plan, but the main reason why I upgraded was because I was getting invited to all these podcasts and I blasted through the 75 minutes in just 2 weeks, and I started repurposing old content in the past. Another benefit that I realized that I just discovered recently is that it complements a TubeBuddy subscription. So TubeBuddy recently introduced this new feature called Suggested Shorts, and this is a tool that helps you locate the highest engagement moments. Instead of looking at your retention graphs, it just tells you, and it suggests which shorts to clip. And as much as I would love to say I'm always proactive, cracking open Final Cut Pro just to clip something is like pulling teeth and a pain in the ass. But with Video, all I gotta do is upload the video, add in my custom moments that was suggested by TubeBuddy, and we're good. So much easier. Overall, the pro of Video is that it reduces the friction that it takes to produce a short form video. But what about the cons? To be honest, it's very hard coming up with the cons with Video, but here are some of the things that you should be aware of that might be a deal killer for you. Video is a new software with growing pains. While reflecting on this video, it was kind of hard to pin down the cons of the software because I did notice some bugs. Here are a few that I encountered at the time of this recording. Keep in mind that some of these might have been resolved by the time this video comes out or by the time you're actually watching it. So let's talk about it. First, you can't control the max time limit. So one of YouTube Shorts quirks is that they have a 60-second limit for shorts. This is shorter than the limit for IG Reels and TikTok. While Video is really great at clipping great moments, the clips aren't always in a YouTube Shorts friendly size. So some of them are over that 1 minute mark. But to get the clips down to the YouTube friendly size, I manually have to cut them in Final Cut Pro below the 1 minute mark. And so a really cool feature that I would like Video to add in the future is a max time limit. Would be an amazing add-on. That way I don't have to toggle between my editor and all that. Next, cut magic isn't perfect. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect either. At least that's what my ex said. But cut magic is amazing by itself and offers something that most competitors lack. Most AI software only allow framing and composition for the entire video. So if you make any edits, it applies to the whole video, but doesn't detect like any scene changes. So it's very hard to customize from a frame to frame basis. While they do have a split screen multi-camera function, which is a toggle, which makes it super handy for those like scenes with multiple people in one shot like a podcast. It would be really awesome if there was a toggle to expand the blown up image to a 16:9 image on portrait mode, if that makes sense, with one click. That way my beautiful B-roll shot doesn't get clipped out in a short versus like being super blown up. Video only edits continuously. Sometimes I want my short videos to be a lot snappier. Sometimes there's pauses that need to be removed. But in order to do that, you need to cut out certain points in the conversation. The current way around it is to manually splice it up in your favorite editor, like for me it's Final Cut, but a built-in feature to do this would streamline the process significantly. The next thing I've noticed is that it can be extremely slow. Sometimes video is super snappy, other times there's a significant lag. Most often, the times I notice this are when I'm trying to download from Chrome, and sometimes there's a lag when I'm opening a new project file too. It feels like a waiting game. I'll press export and then the download will happen like a minute later too. I'm not sure why this happens exactly, but I hope in a future update they come out with a desktop app. My guess, because they recently had a outage, was that their servers were overloaded. So it happens to start up. And honestly, while I was editing this video, I had a situation where everything was super slow. I couldn't upload anything, I couldn't download anything. It was just super laggy. The silver lining behind everything is actually Video has a really responsive team who are always updating the app, and the customer support is actually a lot better than a lot of other people's. They're very snappy. So for instance, if you ever uploaded a short before, sometimes it gets cropped out. And so they recently updated their software to include a guide for cropping in portrait mode. Basically, they have guides to show you when your video might potentially get cropped or not. And this was based off a previous complaint that someone had. So that's a silver lining. They're super responsive. They're really good at listening to feedback at the moment. So now that you understand the pros and cons of Video, let's kind of dive into the different plans that they offer. First, there's the free plan. The free plan, honestly, I think is for everyone because it's free. You don't have to pay anything for it. But it's helpful if you're a beginner content creator who wants to repurpose their 10 to 15 minute videos. And it's a great way to just try this out. Probably won't work for a podcast, but something to consider. The pro version, I would recommend for podcasters, Zoom callers, and people who get featured on podcasts a lot. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Since the lengths are a lot longer, you're going to need more minutes. Pro Plus, I would recommend this for agency owners and content marketing teams since they do a lot of volume and probably will exhaust their 8 hours of content per month. So now that we broke down the plans, the real question is it actually worth paying for video? So if you're like me, not making short form content, but want a seamless way to maximize your content and broaden your reach, then absolutely, it's worth it. Video has been a complete game changer for me. It's helped me maximize my video value and racks up views and impressions that I wasn't getting before. But if you're still scratching your head thinking, well, how do I know if it'll be worth it for me? The easiest answer is just give it a shot. I mean, they have a freemium model. I don't see why you wouldn't use it. But if you want my 2 cents on who would find it beneficial, here's a rundown. I'd recommend this for solo creators. If you're not a fan of managing content teams and you're flying solo, Video is a lifesaver. It removes about 90% of the clip selection headache, broadens your reach with short form content. Plus, you don't need to manage a content team or editors who are unprofessional. In addition, there's no need to upload your original content. All you need to do is just rip it from the existing YouTube video. While this won't replace your high quality reels and shorts, it's a good solid alternative and helps you get more data points. The next type of person I would recommend this for are long form creators. Like I mentioned before, I used to stay clear of short form content because I just didn't have the bandwidth or capacity to do it. But then I realized I'm investing so much time, money, and resources into long form content. Why not just squeeze more out of it? And video is probably the easiest way to transform your long form content into the short form content and adopt the famous Gary Vee repurposing content strategy that he did many years ago. The other people that might benefit from video are clip agencies and content teams. Don't get me wrong, video doesn't replace everything. You still need someone to review and edit your clips. However, video can slim down your staff overhead. It can customize templates, especially if you're going for the Hormozy style content that everybody's doing these days. And if you are a long form editor, you can always add another service as a short form editing service. The other type of person that might actually benefit from video are podcasters. So shorts are vital these days. Think about them as bite-sized movie trailers. Podcast episodes often have so much gold in them, but stays hidden because no one ever gets to them. And so there's a reason why channels like Joe Rogan, Jocko, and Tiger Belly clip channels actually exist. As a viewer, when I consume these types of content, I'm just like wondering, that's interesting. Where can I find the full podcast? Basically, it's about directing free impressions and views to your podcast, which benefits everyone. By the way, this not only benefits the hosts, it benefits podcast guests and speakers. So I've seen the legendary Only Friends star Kazumi repurpose a lot of her hot takes from her podcast appearances on her own channel. And if you're a podcast guest, it's easy to win to transform the long form video into bite-sized clips. Plus, it drives more traffic to the original podcast host. So who wouldn't want free views? This also works if you're doing a live speaking engagement, a virtual summit, or a casual Zoom call. So if you want to take video for a spin, hit up my affiliate link in the description below, whether it's for the free or paid plan. It really helps support my channel and the creation of more kick-ass content. And while you're here, check out this other video that the algo gods have deemed fit for your viewing pleasure. Anyways, stay compassionate, stay authentic, stay rebellious. Peace.